amazing. I'm doing amazing. Go right ahead.
All right. Well, my name is John, and I got started about less than about maybe 10 days or so. I must say that the education is amazing. I've been learning a lot, and all trades ain't perfect, so that's one of the things I had to learn.
That's awesome, man, and that's super real, right? You definitely got to find your groove. What's your favorite tool to use? Is it the Academy, IMLTV, Swipe Trade, Harmonic Scanner? Like, what do you like? Like, I just pulled up USD JPY. If you guys are on my call last Friday, we looked at USD JPY, call a trade out, already hit take profit. Binta, you should remember that. Look at this one, went all the way to take profit too. But what's your favorite tool, or what can you say you like the most about iMarkets Live so far, or TradeNation? John, you there? Or anybody else? Feel free to take the mic. It's open.
I love the harmonic scanner. This is Leon Bolger.
What's going on, Leon? You like the harmonic scanner? That's awesome.
Yeah. I've been banking off of that thing, man, with the Milwaukee sauce. I love it. Without it, I wouldn't been able to do that, man.
Oh man, for the guest on the line, make sure you write that down. Milwaukee sauce. That's a little secret, but if you notice, that's basically a strategy that we use as a team, that we've taught to our team to help them become more profitable. So I'm glad that works for you, Leon. I love that. Do we have anybody on the call that's sharing the platform? You're actually building the business and generating residual income, and you're actually getting paid from the company. Do we have anybody? Any Platinum 150s on the call? Platinum 600s on the call? So not yet. Okay, awesome. Just wondering, is anybody on this call? Since we're just make it open, because again, we're just vibing right now. Do you have any questions? Maybe because you're obviously on board and you have questions about how you can share this with other people, how you can attract people into your business, or questions about trades in general. Again, this is a mastermind. Like, you guys are here. Let's talk. You got any questions about sharing the business? Do you have any questions about learning how to trade? Like, let's vibe. I just showed you 2 trades that already hit profit from the harmonic.
Hello. This is Binta from Japan. I joined I think June 13, so it's about 16 days, and I've been watching the videos on the Academy, and they've been really amazing. They're easy to understand, but sometimes I have to go back to catch something I didn't get clearly the first time. I like you said last time on the call, I should make opening a demo account one of my goals for the week. I did sample a few brokers, and one thing I noticed was that it's quite there's some strict regulations about Forex trading in Japan that I wasn't aware of before now. I discovered that there are like strict regulations for international brokers to ward them off from getting clients from Japan. So they're encouraging their own local brokers who are Japanese brokers. But the downside is that those brokers offer services in Japanese, and I'm not so good. Even though I take classes in Japanese, I'm not very good with Japanese. And then and then it's not something I want to. Even if I use Google Chrome, the browser could translate some Japanese into English, but I don't think it's something I want to do, in the long run. And then I bumped on this Oanda Forex broker. And then I was filling up the form to open the demo account. I was excited because it was international. I went on a live chat, and they said, yes, they take clients from Japan. But then when I got to the point where I was to fill my country, I said Japan, and they said they had a different form for Japanese resident clients, and it was a totally different thing entirely. It was Rwanda, Japan, different from Rwanda, and this site was in Japanese again. So I was like, what the hell? So then I sampled a lot of brokers, like I said, this last week. And then I saw XM. I succeeded in opening a demo account in XM. I was, just trying my hands on the MT4 platform and, getting used to how it looked, even if I still have some problems, like maybe placing trades or understanding some things therein. And then recently when I watched the video again on how to choose a broker from Christopher Terry, I decided to check out FX Choice. And then when I went on a live chat with one of their customer reps, they said yes, they take clients from Japan, but that I could only open an account in USD, GBP, and some other major currencies. So which I'm okay with. But my question is this: is it wise to open an account, because I'm considering the conversion rates? Is it wise to open an account in a currency that's different from your as your base currency where you're resident in? For instance, I have JPY account and then open an account in USD. Would I have to, consider the conversion rate charges every time I need to put in money and then withdraw money? And then a second question is the broker's commission fee. They said they charge 7% for I think they call round trip. Sorry, I can't remember, but round turn lot, something like that, if I'm right. Which is an option. And the second option was there's no commission, but you have to pay the spread difference. So I'm asking, which one is better? Is it better to pay the $7 fee, or go with the other account that says whatever the spread difference is? So I don't know. I'm also not clear on that spread difference, broker commission fee and all that, and then the account difference in currency. So those are my basic questions for now, and then how to really get on the demo account and start to learn how to make trades.
All right, Bento, you just asked a whole lot there. Let me see if I can keep up with you. You said a whole lot, which is very powerful. So let me dive quick so I don't forget any of this. One is regarding what currency you should hold or you should be trading in and out of. That's a very good question. That's something we're gonna have to dive into deeper, just like what broker you should go with. I'm not even sure after all that if you actually said that you found a broker to go with. I know you said on IML TV.
I decided to settle with FX Choice, but then they said they wouldn't accept Visa card. I have a Visa card, but they said it's like the same regulations from Japan would not allow any transactions to international brokers. So they said they offered me other options like e-payment, some other like online things that I tried to sign up and register, but I'm still yet to get feedback from them. If it was successful, opening an account with e-payments was successful or not. So that's the point I'm at right now.
Okay, so yeah, you got some stuff going on. So with that, we're definitely gonna have to go back to the DM on some of that, because a couple of things. I'm glad you found one that works. I was gonna suggest that you buddy up with somebody local who can speak well and get some help that way. So I'm glad you found a broker that works. As far as what currency to keep in and what you should do, I think one way or another, you're gonna have to be aware of exchange, because one, you're in Japan, you use the yen. So anything other than the yen, you have to be aware of exchanging your currency. Does that make sense? Whether you're using the Naira, because you mentioned Nigeria at one point, so whether you're using Naira, USD, or the yen. And that's a great question. And I can't even claim to be proficient in that realm and say what money you should have depending where you're at. So that's going to be a little bit deeper. I can't even hit you with that. But we'll dive in together. I'm willing to dive in together and figure it out. Because here's the deal. The only way we lose here is if you stop. So I just have to commend you for having obstacles in front of you, like language barrier, time zone, can't figure out what money, and keep moving forward. Because I tell you what, it's worth it. Whatever we got to figure out, this is worth it. Period. You know, so whatever restrictions they have, figure it out. Let's work around it because it's worth it. Facts.
Yeah.
But let's stay in the DM. Other than that, so all right, you mentioned something about spread difference and commission payment. We can't see spreads on TradingView. I don't even think you can see on a harmonic scanner. I don't know if anybody actually knows how to put it on there because you could probably set that. So I can't see the difference between ask price and buy price, which is what spread is. And you learn about that in the academy. Okay?
Yeah.
But if you have MetaTrader 4 and if you're looking at your phone, you can see the spread there. You can see that. I have mine available. I can see it there, which is basically a gap between ask price and buy price. So that's where your broker makes his money generally. You know, I've never really received an option to get 7% commission or based off the spread, because you don't pay to make a broker account. They only make money when you enter a trade, right? Which is what's really cool about it. And it's got a free account. Doesn't matter how much money's in there, it's free. So that's that. And then we enter the currency type. So let's definitely stay close, Ben. To keep doing what you're doing, we need to figure that out. I'm glad you kept going and you at least got the. So you said you use IML TV. So for the guest on the call, she jumped in with live traders, asked some questions, and she got that part answered. Because it's a community, right? Even though one person may not be available, you find different ways to get your answer. So yes, you have help, but you want to be self-sufficient so you can at minimum help yourself. Great job. Hey, any other questions?
Thank you.
Hey, my pleasure, love. Just looking at Bitcoin real quick. This market's moving.
Marky, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, so what actually determines the spread? What factors, is that spread just basically the broker's price? That's really all it is?
Yep. So, that's why that may be one thing when people are determining what broker they want to go with. They may be looking for brokers with the smallest spreads. They may be looking for a broker, and it may be certain time frames. Like, we got time frames up here. So certain time frames that the spreads are better than others. So they're looking for certain brokers that have that. So yes.
So in the demo that I have on Meta 4, those spreads it's probably not going to be like that when I go live with a specific broker.
The spreads may be different. So the best way to really test that, so let's say you have a Hugo's Way live and a Hugo's Way demo, is literally just go switch account back and forth. So for the guest on the line, you can have multiple accounts. You can have multiple live accounts. You can have multiple demo accounts. So you can jump back and forth between your demos. So yeah, best thing I would do is go from live to demo in real market and see what the difference is for yourself. But yes, it's very possible to be different.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That's a great question. Great question. I'm just marking this low real quick on the 4 hour and Bitcoin. So Bitcoin shot up crazy, you guys, since last week, if you want to call last week. And then it retraced, which is what I told you guys. See, I drew out a pattern. I don't know if who remembers this pattern that I drew out? Because I can't prove it because I don't have it. It's gone. Who was on the call last week and remember the pattern I drew out? Because it's right here. Or what did I call it? It's 3 letters that it's called that I told you this was going to happen. 3 letters. That's cool.
I was on the call, but I don't know. Was it Head and Shoulders?
No, actually, Head and Shoulders was the first thing that was on the chart, but I deleted it. I wasn't using it, but it looks close to that. It looks close to that. Great guess. No, it was BTT. BTT. Who knows what BTT stands for? Who knows what BTT stands for? Perfect. So you're going to learn something today. Perfect. Great. BTT stands for Break, Test, Trade. Break, Test, Trade. So let's show you what that means. How you can find where the market break, tested, and then you're going to trade is first you have to mark support and resistance. What is support and resistance? Who can tell me on the call what support and resistance is?
Supports are like the ceiling. The floors. That's like the lowest points, And then resistance are like the ceiling.
That's
Like
it.
the highest points. Yeah.
That's it. Drop some 5 in the chat for Benta. That's it. Benta, what time is it over there in Japan?
It's currently 10:53 a.m. on Saturday.
Okay, awesome. Well, happy Saturday. All right, so check this out. That's exactly right. Support is the floor, meaning you're just finding a low point of the market. So I'm on a 4-hour time frame. I could be way over here. All I did was zoom out, just zoomed out. I just want to find the lowest part of the market. Guys, notice right here, this could be a floor as well. As a matter of fact, we're going to put a line there. Right where I see this right here, region, I'm going to put a line. Boom, not going to overthink it because the market went low and didn't want to pass that point. It went up. So this was a floor, okay? So we're marking zones. Right, that's a floor, okay? Here's a floor. This is a low point. I was looking for the lowest point of the market. Yes, it went lower, right? It went lower, but I don't want to go too far from current price. I'm not trying to go too far. So let's just mark this low right here. And then I got this high. So let's make this super low a different color so we can it stand out to us a little bit. How about orange? Super thick too. Thicker than a Snicker. Already got a line over there. Not bad. Already got a line over there, guys. By the way, I'm on tradingview.com if you're following along with me. If you're not, shame on you. All right, so I got my high and my low. Right, this is the low point. This is the high point. So market staying in this zone, it seems like. Right? So what's break test trade? We have support. Our biggest support is this orange line right here. Market went right here and then it stayed in this zone, then it went up. Right? This right here, we'll make this white. This would represent an area of support as well. Right? Can you guys see that? Because the market kept testing. Market tested here. Market tested here. Right? Can you guys see that? Let me hear your voice.
Yes,
Yes,
Coach, I see it.
Awesome. Market tested. Market tested. Doesn't want to go past this point. That means it's support. Then it went this way. So what is break test trade? This is an example. So in last week when I drew this out, right, look at this. June 26th. If you look at the bottom, the dates here. June 26th, this market was going up. Right, look at this. June 25th, this has been happening. So I said to you guys, I said, look, it's not too late to buy. For the guests, that means it's not too late to make money as the market goes up, because you can make money whether the market goes up or down. It's not too late to buy. I said, if you want to practice proper risk management, you want to wait on a pullback. Meaning, we want to wait for the market. It's going up. We want to wait for the market to come back. Test an area of resistance or support. And as we see the market leaving that area, then we want to trade. So it looks like this is how my drawing looked last week. Does anybody remember that? Benta, do you remember that?
I remember this.
Right, but when I came back today, because remember you asked questions last week, so I had your questions still up there. So yeah, when I refreshed, it took everything off. I said, oh man.
Yeah, I remember.
Right, so this is what I drew out, guys. Listen, it's not gambling when you know. So it may not look exactly like my drawing. It doesn't matter. This was the resistance, this zone. It broke past it. Look, it broke out. Bang. Look, it even tested right here. So this could have been my first BTT. Who sees that? Who sees that? It came out, tested with wicks. Which means once the market was above this zone, you could have set a buy limit. A buy limit. Just in case we don't know what a buy limit is, let's get Dr. Google real quick. Check this out. Buy limit. You said a buy limit. A buy limit means we expect order placed below price and price then goes up. That's what Dr. Google says. So if I set a buy limit in this gray zone, that means that the market went up. If I set a buy limit right here, when the market comes down here, boom, it picks me up when the market goes this way. All this is mine. This is serious. But guess what? Maybe you didn't catch these wicks, right? You saw the market when it was right here. Let's put a line. I'm about to lose some folks because when you look away for 2 seconds, I'm out. Watch this. Right? Right here is when you looked at your phone and you saw the market. You saw the market right here, guys. You follow me? Who's following me? You follow me? Who's following me?
Got you.
Got you. I got you.
You saw the market right here. And you said, oh man, look like it tested this and went up. You set a buy limit. You set a buy limit in this area. How do you set a buy limit? Well, you put the lines here. Well, what numbers do I use? Look to the right. They're right there. They're right there. They're there for you. You copy this number. You paste it in your phone. Buy limit, meaning when the market comes to this line and then goes up, put me in the market. Look what happened. It broke it. It tested it. You trade. Boom. You're welcome. You're welcome. You was on this call last week. You took this trade. You eating with me. You're welcome. So how much money would I have made, Marky? If I would have took that trade and I put 10 cents in the market, how much money would I have made? You would have been lit. 10 cents. This is serious. You can't make this stuff up. Yo, who wants to look at anything specific? What pair you want to look at? Let's look at something before we get off, because I know you got value. I don't hear any questions really like that. So who wants to look at something?
I have a question though. How do you draw these zones? Like, is it also subjective, or you have to follow some rules after identifying your support and resistance?
That's a great question. That's a great question. It can be subjective. Why do I say that? Some people will put their support and resistance line. Hold on real quick, because somebody's line. Hold on one sec. Okay, cool. So it can be subjective. Let me move this. Matter of fact, I'll go somewhere else. Some people put their support and resistance line, Binta. Some people place it on the tallest wick. See that? See what I did? I put it right on that wick right there.
Yeah.
Some people will wait till it touches multiple wicks. So they might do something like this. Because they want to see at least 3 wicks touch it. But notice that we're still in the same relative area. So support and resistance really isn't a price. It's more like a zone. It's an area. Price point area. Does that make sense? So it can be very subjective. So how do you make zones? Some people even put their support and resistance at the base of a candle. So they put it right on that bad boy right there.
Yeah.
So you could go from the base of a candle to that wick, and there's your zone. You just created a zone.
I see.
Let me put I like to zoom out because I like to get as much, because the rectangle is not really infinite like the lines are. So I just go out as much as I can and then, just cheat like that. I don't know if anybody does it different, but it's not that serious. All right, because then when I zoom in, it's there. It's zone. And if this market makes its way back in here again and breaks through this, I expect it to bounce off of this bad boy. I expect it to bounce off of this, maybe consolidate, but at least bounce, maybe test this before it makes, like you started to say a minute ago, your head and shoulders. It's possible for that to come, But overall, Bitcoin, we're expecting to see Bitcoin hit the 15K range. So where am I at right now? I'm on a 4 hour. Let's put this on a day. All right. So who doesn't understand what BTT is? Break test trade. Who doesn't understand? Be honest. The last thing we want you to do is like, just don't be honest with yourself, and you got so much support. Taco Tuesdays, I was explaining a couple of things to the crowd. Here in Atlanta, we do Taco Tuesdays, so we eat tacos every Tuesday, feed the guests, teach them some basics on trading. And one of the things I was explaining was BTT, break test trade, support and resistance. There was this one guy, he couldn't get it, or he ended up getting it, but he wasn't getting it at first, and he just kept saying, I don't get it. And I was so grateful, because some people won't get it and come off this call confused, but they really get working overtime for 40 years. They get that. But when you don't get this, nothing says, listen, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. So if you don't understand, it's all good. Like, let's vibe. There was a time when I didn't get this, and I'm still a student. I'm still learning. Right? Stay humble.
Always a student.
Always.
Well, can you just like sum it up one more time? Just like, because if I tried to explain it, I don't think I could explain it, but I kind of get it.
Sure. So let's talk about support and resistance. Let's look at something else. Somebody give me another pair.
AJ.
Even though the market's not moving, but AJ. Let's see what Australian dollar doing. I'm on the day chart right now. One of the first things, look at this wick right here. Oh my God. Whoever was in this cell writing this down, and it said BAM! And you looked at your phone, I hope you closed it. Woo-hoo-wee. Sheesh. But anyway, so on a day chart, this market's been trending down, right? Since January, since the beginning of this year, this market has been trending down. How do I know that? Well, I'm just going to go to a high point. If I look down here, it says January 2018. Oh, excuse me, beginning of last year. It's 2019. So for the last 2 years, this market been going down. So I'm just going to mark a trend line from the top to current price. I just clicked on my tool on the side over here. I went from the top. I just picked the top. I just went back. I'm like, all right, this is good enough. It's 2 years ago. This is actually a little bit too far back. You don't even need to go that far back. But I just went far back just to say, hey, look, it's been trending down from this price to current price. All right. I could have done it this way and just marked the top so we can see it's a downtrend, but I'm going to current price because I want to see if that matters later. I don't really mark up AUD JPY, so let's see if we can get paid on Sunday at 5. Who'll be okay with that? Because this shit downtrending. That means I'm looking for sell opportunities in this market all day long. Look right here. This is a support zone or a support area. Even though this wick is a real stretch, but this is a support zone, support area. So went out of it. Look, testing it, break, test, and we see it down. So possible sell opportunity coming. Yeah. Possible sell opportunity coming on AUD JPY. Good call, man. Who called us out? Who was that?
Andre from Baltimore, TradeNation.
What's up, bro? From Baltimore, man. Good call, bro. So, all right, let's mark up support and resistance. So we're on the day overall. I just go to the day chart just to see what it's been doing over the last couple days, couple weeks, couple months. So right here is since January of this year, okay? But for the last couple of years, look, it's been going down. So I just want to see what it's been doing overall in the day. Cool. All right. Let's see what it looks like in the 4 hour. Because in a 4 hour, by the way, this is a strategy. We call this 1, 2, 3 FYB. It's 1, 2, 3 fire your boss. I'm serious though. I know it's funny, but I'm serious.
I like that.
I'm so serious. So mark the trend. That's the first thing you do. So first step, FYB, 1, 2, 3 FYB, find the trend in the day. So you mark the trend. Step 2, find your high and your low in the 4 hour. All right. And the reason why we mark the trend because we want to know what type of trade we're looking for. The trend is your friend. You want to stick with the trend. So if overall in the day it's been going down, then I'm looking for a sell opportunity. Okay. I'm looking for a sell opportunity. You know what? Let me take all this off because I should have always had all this off, guys. Don't confuse you. Keep it simple. We don't even need any of that. Keep it simple. All right, so find our low, right? Where's our low in the 4 hour? This is all the way from January. This is now. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mark this just because this wick is crazy out there. It's a bit far out. But I'm gonna mark that. I'm gonna make that red orange. All right, that's my low. It's the low I'm choosing. It's the lowest the market had been for a while. All right, so I'm just marking that. Doesn't matter what color it is. I just pick red orange. Don't overthink it. Okay? Since this low, this is the highest market has been. So I'm just gonna, matter of fact, I'm gonna zoom in a little. Matter of fact, I'll click that and then I'm gonna zoom in, and then I'll move it a little bit. For my perfectionist people on the call, let's do that down a little bit. This line doesn't really matter that much, only to just give me a visual of the high and the low. All right, so this is what we're looking like right now. So this is my support. This is my resistance. All right. Now, some people have different strategies because this resistance used to be support. If you notice right here, you can see that this line was support, right? Market didn't want to go below this line. So this was support. Okay? And look what happened. You don't always get a break test trade. Sometimes it just breaks your area of support or resistance. It breaks it and it keeps going. That's why some people's strategy is once they see it break their support or resistance, they enter. They don't even care. Especially if it's a major support and resistance. Right? So once it breaks, they get in. But if you want to minimize risk, like I said last week, like you could still buy Bitcoin. You can buy right now. It's going to keep going up. But if you miss this jump of over 100 pips.
I have a question.
If you miss over 100 pips, then wait for the pullback. It just helps you minimize risk. So in this case, it didn't go all the way back to test this line before it dropped. So you wouldn't have got it if you put a sell limit. But you also minimize your risk, so it's all good. But yeah, you have a question?
Yeah, why? Oh, yeah, okay. Why would I get in if it's going down?
Because you can make money whether the market is going up or down. And specifically, since we're looking at AUDJPY, the whole point of me marking my trend in the day for this strategy was to identify how I plan on entering this trade. Do I want to sell or do I want to buy? So overall, the market's been going down. The market's been going down, so I want to look for sell opportunities. Okay? So you can buy or sell. You can make money whether the market's going up or down. So personally, I'm looking for sell opportunities. Okay? So when I go to 4 hour, I marked my high and my low. And then from there, I want to get closer to price. It just helps me see a range. I want to get closer to price. And I usually make my high and my low 2 different colors. Right? Or excuse me, my high and my low, they're the same color, but they're different from my other support and resistance line. I want to make those white. Which again, color doesn't matter. It's just my preference. I got a black background. I like the lines white. And I make it a little thinner, right? Because I want to really see how that red line is pronounced. Okay? So look, I'm just marking this low. Why'd I pick this low? Because it's the lowest it's been since my last low. I'm just marking it. We're not gonna make it that serious. Matter of fact, we're gonna do it Binta style. We're gonna make it a zone. So I got my wick, and I'm gonna go to the candlestick right here. Bam. So I'm gonna make a zone out of this. I'm not just gonna put a line. Man, I just realized I don't have any tunes playing, guys. And nobody said anything. Man. So check this out.
Bro, you ain't got no tunes playing.
Man, thank you, bro. Thanks for reminding me. The rest of these guys, I don't know what y'all doing on here.
Hey, at least everybody in the zone.
Right? Let's get it. So check this out. Here's my support. Here's my support. I made a zone. That way we could kind of see an area instead of just a line, but an area that represents where market check. Check this out. Let's see. Look, I marked this way over here, right? Let's see over here. Let's see what it looks like. Look at this. Look at the wick. Touch it. Look at this. Can't make this up. Look at this. Look at that same zone. Look at this. Somebody look at this. Look at this. Let's see if it matters further back. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Because what happens in the past happens in the present. History repeats itself. So what happened in the past will happen in the future. Is that my zone? That's my zone, but it doesn't have the gray in it. But see that, guys? It came to this line June 2016. So support and resistance always matters. And what I just did is how you back test. You can mark up the chart in the past and see and test the strategy out, see what would have happened if you would have made money, if you would have lost, and then you do the same thing at current price. If you're taking notes, that's called back testing. Okay? But anyway, support, I got that. Let's get some resistance close to price. Really, this area here is a good little, let's see, it's consolidated. Y'all see that? It's been consolidated. But I'm going to grab this one. The reason why I'm going to grab this is because it got this wick right here. Look, it got this wick going down and it got these wicks going up. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to snag that. I'm going to snag that for now. Man, I wish I could move my whole zone. The only way I can move my whole zone is to move my whole rectangle. So let's do that. I'm not going to go that long on this one. Can't see how long that is. We'll see when I get back over there. All right, that's good enough. You can make it super perfect if you want and drag it to make it match the body and stuff, but you guys can see the zone. You can see the zone, right? So here's my super high, here's my super low. So to answer your question again, Cola, break test trade. This line that I made right here, I made it off of this, right? Here's where this was support. This was support. It broke it right here, broke it. Meaning price went through it. It didn't test it. It said, no, I'm going right through that. The whole candlestick is going through it. And the next candlestick closed on the other side of that line. Then it went up to test it. Look at this. It went up to test it, and then it went down. Ask me if I can make this up. Ask me. Ask me. Somebody said, can you make this up?
You make this up.
Bro, I can't make this up. I can't make this up. Look, break. Test it, you trade. Catch it going down. I mean, we don't even need to hang out in consolidation and be patient for it to drop down here. We didn't need all that. I mean, who on this call doesn't know that from here to here could be your mortgage? Who doesn't know that? Let's see how much pips that was.
That's facts.
From here to here, oh my God, that's way too much as a matter of fact. We don't even need this. Let me tell you what Marky would have went for. I would have went for about this much. I would have entered this trade twice because I enter every trade twice. My first trade, I'm going for 20 pips. My second trade, I'm looking to trail with stop loss. So 98 pips? Man, please. You don't even need all that.
That's good money.
So that's what break test trade looks like. So what do we want to do with AUD JPY? Well, it's working its way back to that resistance, guys. It's working its way back to that resistance. So what would I like to see? I would like to see it go to this resistance and start working its way back down and look for opportunities to sell. So I want to see this. Test this. And I'm looking for opportunities to sell. How do I know when I'm ready? How do I know when I'm ready? There's a couple of things. One, I'm going to be looking for multiple purple flat top candlesticks. Like this. When I see 3 flat tops, that makes me feel really good. 1, 2, 3 flat tops makes me feel good. I'm looking for sale opportunities. Look, bam. Look, 1, 2, 3 flat tops. Look, boom. So what do I want to see? When I see this market make its way up here, whether it goes here and doesn't pass this line, if it doesn't pass this line and I see 3 flat tops coming here, I'm selling. I don't care what anybody says. I'm selling. If I see it break this line Oh, now you just went through my resistance. So now I'm going to be looking. This still may happen. This action still may happen, but now I'm looking at price action. I want to see what the candlesticks are doing. Do you plan on breaking this line, testing it, and shooting up? I just have to keep looking. Either way, I'm not looking to buy because this market's all the way has been going down over the last day. This is how you practice proper risk management. You have to decide whether you're going to buy or sell. Don't be trying to do both. That's called hedging. Pick one. Buy or sell. This is how you practice proper risk management. The market's been going down. I'm only looking for sell opportunities. So if it's buying, like right now it's buying. Somebody making money right now. They said, look, 1, 2, 3 flat bottoms, like I just told you on the sale. So somebody's like, yo, I'm buying. I'm gonna get this money till it goes to this, and then I'm gonna get it down because I know it's going there. Signal alert. I know it's going there, but I'm not touching that money. I'm gonna manage my risk. And I'm gonna get this sell as it works its way down. It's all good. I'm gonna give this up. It's not that serious. I'll catch you on the flip side. All right, guys. Who's got questions? Who's got questions? Cause y'all vibing with me late tonight.
I have a question though.
What you got?
How do you calculate like where to your stop loss? So I know we have the harmonic scanner. Like, how do you, based on the amount of money you have in your account, how do you know how much pips you want to get and where to place your stop loss, take profit, and all that? I don't know if it makes sense, but
it makes perfect sense. You're basically asking how do you manage your risk? So I'm gonna give you pointers. I can't tell you how much to risk with your own money, but I'm gonna give you some pointers. All right. So risk management. However you spell that. You don't gotta be smart to do this. Let's stick with risk manage. Risk manage. All right, risk management. So, all right, couple things. One, you want to stay in the beginning 10 cents per $100. Do not risk more than 10 cents per $100. So if you have $300 in your account, Binta, what is the most that you should be risking?
30 cents.
Correct, which is 0.03. Don't risk more than 0.03. Anything more than that, you gambling. Because this is proper risk management. This is also how you work on keeping your risk below 3%. Okay?
I see. Yeah.
So that's the first thing. Now, that's just setting your lot size based on how much money's in your account. But how do you know where to set your stop loss and take profit? That's a great question. So let's say we want to enter the market at this blue line for a buy. All right. We want to enter the market right here for a buy. Or let's say we did. All right. Blue line is a buy. Okay. Just in case somebody's zoning out, we're just gonna mark it all up. All right, that's a buy. This blue line's a buy line. We're gonna make this. A stop loss. Oh man, that's not what I want to do. I want to keep that line. It's all good. So let's just say this is a stop loss. Matter of fact, if realistically, I'd go right outside that wick, because if that wick is there, it's probably gonna come back again. So let's say this is a stop loss. We'll make our stop loss red. I like to make my stop loss red. Okay. Now we just put SL for stop loss. All right, SL stop loss. Oh, you can't really see that, but bear with me. Okay, and let's say this green line is our take profit. Hold on, what did I just do? Green. Okay, perfect. Oh, it actually took the. I didn't want to do that, but we'll work with that. All right. This green line is our take profit. The blue line is where we're entering for a buy, and the red line is our stop loss. So how do we know where to set our stop loss? Well, whenever you're gonna buy, let's say you're gonna place an order. Let's say you're gonna place a buy stop. You would take this number over here, 74,700. You would take that number. You would put it in your MetaTrader 4. or you just write it down. What I like to do when I'm trading from the hub, I have a dry erase board next to me. So I write numbers down on a dry erase board, and that way when I'm done with it, I'll erase it, move on. So write this number down in a notebook, on a piece of paper, whatever, and then you write down where you may put your stop loss, where you're thinking about putting your stop loss. Let's say you're going to put it right here. You want to calculate the pips, the difference between your buy, where you're going to get in, and your stop loss. So I'm going to cheat. I'm not going to use a calculator. I'm just going to use this tool on the side. And I'm going to put it as close as I can to this thing. Oh, you almost never match that with the line, I promise you. But what's this bottom one? 766. Oh, money. So look, this is 93 pips. Binta, do you see that?
Yeah, I do.
So this is saying that, okay, if I put my stop loss here and I enter here, I'm risking 96 pips. Then you have to decide, do I want to risk 96 pips to go for however much this is? So if this is 96, I'm just going to take a guess. If that's 96. Wow, look at this, by the way. Look at the distance between where price is now to this buy that I chose to where the stop loss is. You just can't make this up, guys. But anyway, if this is 90, this is probably about, what, 180? And then maybe another 70-ish. So what's that? What's 180 plus 70? What's 8 plus 7? Is that 15?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So, right?
It's about 150.
250. Right? So, do I want to risk 93? I'll find out exactly. I just like to keep the 93 up because once I click this again, it's going to go away. So, I'm going to do that. But do I want to risk 93 pips? So, let's say you entered this trade on $1 a pip. Do I want to risk $93 to go for? Oh, I can't see. I don't know if I got that or not. But to go for this much, right? To go for 166. Some people may say yes. Some people say no. So you might say, no, I don't want to risk $93 to go for that, but I will risk this much, right? Whatever this distance is. So that's how you decide where to set your stop loss, because you only control how much money you lose. You don't control how much money you make.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because I just got I don't know if anybody has iPhone. I just got a message from my daughter saying, it's your amazing daughter. She's 8 years old, by the way. 8 years old, right? There's the bat right there. Don't let that face fool you. She said, it's your amazing daughter. Can I download a game, but can I call you because I need to go to bed, please? And good night. Thank you so much. So I love y'all. If y'all don't have any questions, I'm curious to see what she's trying to put on her phone. This 8-year-old loves downloading stuff. But that was a great question, Binta. Great question. Does that make sense? Did that help you out?
Yeah, it did. It did. Thank you.
Right, because this is how you decide how much money you want to risk. Right? The distance between here and here is how much money you would lose, and you're going for here and here. So you might say, no, I don't want to go that high. I'm willing to go for this much. You change your take profit. If not, you change your stop loss. But you always want to make sure you have a take profit set and a stop loss. This is basically you knowing your exit strategy before you enter the trade. Because that's something you always want to do. That's practicing proper risk management. Is knowing your exit. You want to know your exit strategy. You're not getting in the trade to see how far up it's going to go, how much money can I make. You gambling. You gambling. No, I'm getting it right here because it's resistance right here. So the market only going to go about right there. If it does go past, it's going to break it and ain't going to go far because it's probably going to come back and test it. Either way, we know this. Yo, it's hitting that line, y'all. I'm telling y'all right now, it's going to that line. We're going to talk about that next Friday.
Yeah. So, thank you. Sorry, one last question, please.
Yeah,
what is your favorite time frame to look at, and what is the best, if you would recommend, what is the best to mark up these lines on or to enter a trade with?
So the best time frame to look at, that's going to be depending on your style. If you're a swing trader, meaning you planning on hanging out in trades for more than one day, you're waiting for swings to happen, pullbacks, then you're going to be trading anywhere from 4 hours to the day. Like you're going to be on higher time frames. Okay. Generally, if you're expecting to make money in a smaller time frame, that doesn't mean you won't swing. But if you're expecting to make money in a smaller time frame, you're going to be 4 hour and down. Me personally, I like to be on a 4 hour and down. So I'll be anywhere from the 4 hour to the 15 minute. If I'm scalping, meaning I'm looking for opportunities to get in and out the market now and catch some quick bags, then I'm going to go down to the 5 minute and 3 minute. Because this is happening every 3 minutes. I'm on a 5 minute chart. Every 5 minutes, a new candlestick forms. So this is happening fast. Okay, it's happening fast. So personally, anywhere from the 4 hour to the 15 minute is usually where I'm trading. So I'm looking to take profit anywhere within 15 minutes, because sometimes, man, it can hit profit quick. I'm only going for 20 pips. When I'm trailing with stop loss, then I'm going the distance. I don't care how long it takes. I'll hang out in the trade for 7 years if it don't come back and hit my stop loss. I don't care how long. That's important. You learn more about trailing stop losses. You learn more about that, right? So the time frame, you're going to decide as you continue to learn your trading style, as you continue to plug in and just ask questions and get your questions answered, you'll find your trading style. Then you'll be able to determine what time frame you like to rock with.
Okay, thank you. And then TradingView and MetaTrader 4, why, like, what do we have any major differences between both? And why do you like TradingView?
So we trade off a MetaTrader 4, right? We trade off a MetaTrader 4, but and I have MetaTrader 4 too, because you can put it on your Mac or you can put it on your. This is MetaTrader 4 right here. I downloaded it from lmfx.com. I haven't pulled this up in forever. I'll pull it up on my PC. I don't pull it up on my Mac anymore. But you can do both. But to me, I mean, MetaTrader 4 on the computer, it's just not as sexy to me, to keep it simple. I mean, it's just pixelated. But, you know, everybody's eyes are different.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Kick me out. Everybody's eyes are different. You can mark up trend lines. You can do all of this. Actually, I don't know if you can put zones on it. Yeah, actually you can. It's just not as friendly. It's not as. I mean, you see the difference just looking at it.
I think this has a lot more tools and
Yeah, you'd have to know it and see, but you have the availability. Some people like to do it because when they enter the trade, you can actually see exactly where you entered right there. So they like to be in one place. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Now it's acting up. But that said, yeah, TradingView.com is just a little bit of a friendly tutorial. You know, it's a friendlier version. So it just looks more attractive, and especially when you modify it and edit it, you know, it just looks better to me. That's all. But everyone's different.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Any other questions? Any comments?
Nope. Big awesome. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, big bro.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate your time.
Yeah,
like I said, we always just feel out the vibe of the call, and wherever it goes, you know, we'll run with it. Yeah, Benta, this is not my style, Benta. I don't. Oh,
I see.
It's just, you know, you just gotta learn it, you know.
Yeah.
Grids gotta go. Me
quite
personally,
difficult to distinguish between the the up candles and the down candles. Yeah, like I said, it's not sexy.
Yeah, it's just not the same, you know. So you can use it. You can trade from here. You can trade right from your computer. This is how people do it. You connect your broker in here, and you trade right from here. I don't, but not from this end. With my PC, yes, it's connected. So if I'm sitting in front of my computer, I can see it there. You know, you can see your trade, your symbols, everything. You can mark it up, but it's just not me. I don't really care for this.
But can I use TradingView with a demo account? with my broker?
Well, what you would do is one you can trade with TradingView. I don't know anybody who does, but you can. But they're gonna charge you for that. All right, for one, they're gonna charge you for that. There's no charge in MetaTrader 4. So what we do is we just use TradingView to mark up the chart, and then we'll come here and trade.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yep.
I see.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my absolute pleasure.